since Spike and I team so much, we can think about strategy and tactics at the same time. Are they starting? Are we live? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, we have a double Marth team. Wait, who's up? I can't see.
Double Marth. All right, so Yuan, or
So
excuse me,
Nagi,
not Yuan,
that's
but
Nagi
Nagi and Wumpus. And I'm pretty sure that they were going Fox Marth earlier,
They were. Wanting
but
to
I
play.
guess they feel like, especially since there's a Ganon on screen and a Falco, they can get away with this.
Yeah,
And they, what's funny is it might be true.
double Marth is a little hard to play. But we'll see. So, I mean, a lot of pressure is going to fall on Nagi here. I think he's almost indisputably the best player on the screen.
Yeah.
Ragnite's no slouch on Falco, and then it's Wand, and then it's Bri. So it's very interesting, the dynamic.
Yeah, it's almost like a tournament seeding, except the teams version,
Yes.
if that makes any sense. You would have like,
Like if there was a 4-man bracket.
yeah, there'd be 1 and 4, and then there's like 2, you know.
I think Wand might be a little bit more highly regarded than Bri at this point.
I would say so.
So
By
it's more like 1-3. It's not important. What is
You know-
important is the team that's on the screen, and we can see that it's a very tight match. We just saw a conversion, Ganondorf forcing one of the Mars, can't tell who's who, to the edge, and then Falco converting with the down air.
Yeah, and you're gonna see a lot of windshield wiping, with like tilts and aerials, just swiping somebody from left to right.
Okay, right there, what I would prefer from the Dark Marth is if he waited on the ledge a little bit longer so that he
Yeah.
can at least secure ledge for his teammate if he
I
wasn't
agree.
able to fight back on stage. You keep repeating the process until somebody eventually gets back on.
Yeah, I was hoping he would have the wherewithal to kind of think about that, but he might have just been in a miniature panic mode.
I mean, there's 2 people pressuring you off the ledge, right? So you feel like you shouldn't do anything, but really just being patient is the best. If you take a hit, that's fine. Your teammate will grab the ledge. Eventually, one of you might get back.
Yeah, you gotta do it for the team. Ooh, that was a bad position, and they really suffered for it.
Yeah, do it for the team. And, like, part of that is thinking it, not as though I have 4 stocks and my partner has 4 stocks, but, like, all right, we're each starting with this 1, and we have 8 total. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you lose 7, as long as we're playing well.
Exactly. And I think that's really hard for people to like get out of their own ego a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's like preservation tactics, like that help keep you alive in singles, often don't work out so well in doubles. That Ganon, you know, Bri-Bri's DI has been good so far. Like we've seen it.
Yeah.
In many sense.
A good DI on a Ganon is scary because it's like he's just not gonna go anywhere.
The bright side, we know the classic strategy: you hit someone with a long recovery like Ganon away, and then of course you have a good 2v1 against their teammate. You do it again, that's more of a 2v1. Their teammate might have died several times by the time they get to recover.
True, and I feel like most people don't identify the role that Ganon plays in doubles, right? Like they don't know what he is because you rarely see one even in singles. But he's you know, as I said earlier, a non-floaty tank. But he, because of his recovery, the nature of it and everything, and he's kind of follows the same principle. You hit him away while he's doing his down B, up B thing.
Yeah.
You just kind of beat the crap out of his partner. And this has been a very whimsical match. Like it's
Wait, the blue team has 2 people?
yeah, they're at high percent, so this is kind of doable.
That's right. Ragnite's got some stuff. So here's the thing that I think they should do. I think they should play it nice and safe. At this point, laser damage isn't going to change what's going to kill you.
No.
I think you need to look for a tactic. So neither of you faces too hard. You do not want to overlap. And
Yeah.
then what happens is, you want to be a little bit closer, just outside the dash dance range of the other Marth, like at the very back of it. That way, yep, exactly. So that way, if your partner gets hit, we get both of them. Okay, so Ragnite does end up pulling it back. So that way, if you're playing close enough together, if your partner gets hit, you can save him. And if he gets the hit, you can help the combo. Archangel's in his mouth is a game. Hashtag.
He just kicked both of them.
I don't want to eat my crackers.
Don't hash that, tag that, because you might see some stuff. Any case, wow, slice. So I hope that they took the time. I'm really, and we've talked about this before, I'm really big on teams communication between matchups.
Yes.
I hope they didn't just do the where do you want to go here, and I hope they thought this through because
There's no way they could have thought it through that fast.
yeah, unless they're like, you know, on a whole nother level of communication, right? Psychic. And you know, Ragnite is really just not afraid. You know, he's like 2011 Eminem, you know. He's just coming in. 2 Marths, I'm just going to do the same thing I would do if there was 1 Marth, and it's working.
Let me tell you what I'm seeing. So, Falco, one of the best characters at holding down the center in teams. Ganon, one of the best characters holding down the center in teams. Marth, one of the best characters at holding down the center in teams. And the Marths are giving up a lot of free space. So Ganon and Falco are taking advantage. Not only that, but the risk reward changes so much when you're playing against double Marth, depending on where on the stage you're fighting. If the Marths don't have the center, they're not going to get those dares. They're not going to find the tippers. They're not going to have room to dash back and avoid your moves. So I think that's really where the advantage is coming for Red Team.
Yeah, you can sort of see it. Like in this situation right there, the red team just kind of takes stage for free, almost. And you saw sort of a long delayed edge guard attempt right there from the Marth when he probably should have just got up and hit Falco. Especially somebody like Rage Knight, Rag Knight. Rage Knight? I like Rage Knight better. He's kind of raging. All right, beautiful tip.
You need these kind of tactical kills, hit them off stage. So one thing that Double Marth actually excels at that you don't see very often is the idea of, all right, my teammate is destroying this guy. And if the Marth's really proficient, you can keep the other guy from getting to your teammate. So then Marth can do those long extended combos a little bit, or like the long edge guards.
So the synchronized forward smashes.
Okay, forward smash with the platform. I actually think blue team has a slight lead here, yeah.
It's just surprising that it's the Ganon that's on one stock right now.
Yeah, but I think that's a symptom of sort of the way Red Team's been choosing their engagements. Ragnar's sort of been sitting in the back just like that, and he's been the one who's been able to recover because Ganon's putting up the wall in front of him. And then sometimes I guess Ragnar just overextends on the ledge. That's a dangerous proposition. You can see he's getting punished for it a little bit right now. Takes 40 for his trouble.
You cannot afford to be caught slipping by Ganon in doubles. In singles, maybe. Not even in singles, but definitely not in doubles.
No, his damage is just so good, and it's...
He hits you twice, 40%.
It's not interruptible because it's only 2 moves, exactly.
Ooh.
All right, so one grabs the edge, refresh. That should be okay. Not bad. Awesome. Okay, they got both.
That was a very good turnaround. And here we go, same scenario. Only another stock to play with. Let's see how they handle this.
Well, I'd call this match, even if it was Ragnite versus either of these Marth players, it'd be a tough battle for him.
All right, it looked like they tried to do a double cloud, you know, from Smash 4, but they messed up a little bit. Okay. Please, somebody grab ledge. Oh my goodness.
Please, somebody grab ledge.
He got the single laser from the ledge, and the question is this guy a legend?
No, you don't fight him, you run away. You literally jump on a platform and shield. There we go. We got a game 3.
Yeah.
Game 3.
I think, yeah, game 3. So,
awesome.
This is what the people came to see. Came to see a game 3. And, oh, that's better. And by better, I mean that the blue team adapted. I'm still a little bit, you know, surprised by the persisting double Marth, but it's not that bad.
I don't know if perhaps they can hear me, but it seemed like they were really focusing on the center stage here. Okay, so here's something, a big misconception about stages and teams. Marth on Dreamland in singles, I think it's not as bad as people say, but
I don't think so
conventional wisdom says it's a bad stage for Marth, perhaps the worst. In teams, I think it's Marth's best stage, and not for that reason, but Marth really needs a lot of room to work. He needs to be able to play with the push and pull, which is hard to do in teams. The more room you give a Marth player, the more he'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's the part of...
Do you see that decision from
that
the light
exactly.
Marth? He hit Falco, ran all the way across the stage, and now they're jamming him!
This bird is getting sliced. Oh my god, forward air is going to not kill, but...
I thought his wings are clipped. He does not get the edge guard, though.
So what happened there is the red team had 2 edge guards going on. I feel like one of them perhaps should have gave up their edge guard attempt to secure a guaranteed edge guard on one of the Marths.
So I actually
respectfully disagree. So when you see the results, that's what you would assume.
Okay, you're right.
But if I were in their shoes, I would have made the same decision. Only
Probably.
because you have
Well,
to
they don't
trust
have
yourself
this-
and you have to trust your teammate to get the edge guard. Even if you're pretty sure you're not going to, you need to act as though both of your, if you want to excel in teams, you need to act as though both of you are going to do your role flawlessly.
True. And it's more of a hindsight thing because it was
Yes.
already over.
I mean, yeah, at that point it's obvious. So there's certain cases where like maybe Ganon's taking a long time. And maybe I was looking at the Falco edge guard, so maybe he was, and that's what made you say
see,
that.
That's what I was looking at the other side. That's the interesting thing about teams, right?
You're literally sitting on the right side, so you're looking at the right side probably.
Exactly.
And usually I'm pretty good at looking at the whole screen, but I was focusing on the Falco edge guard because I thought that was going to be a key point on which the match could swing.
Yeah. And speaking of swinging, right now these Marths are swinging their sword in the bird
Your segues,
on one
dude.
stop.
Can't handle them.
This is a entirely different color of a match. As I was saying in the previous match, like Falco was staying alive, you know. Shouts to the BGs, and then all of a sudden, he was just like, look, he's gone.
Down air. Oh, I would just down air straight away. So here's the thing, is that I imagine that's Nagy because I just saw what he did.
That definitely looked like a
When the
Nagy
Light
thing.
Marth went off to Nair, that's the correct option.
Oh!
Wow. That's the correct option overall because it guarantees a kill eventually. But in teams, eventually is not soon enough. You
Yeah,
need
exactly.
to kill them now.
Yeah, you don't have time to waste.
You're a millennial, you want instant gratification? Play teams. We need the down airs right away. You ever see Pew Pew set up his dairs in teams? As little as possible.
Well, yeah.
Usually he just takes them. If they're there, he just takes them straight away.
True, and that's going back to what you said earlier about trusting your teammate.
Yeah.
Normally it might put you in danger, but if your partner's there and they're very aware of what's going on, you should be all right. Red team's slowly trying to make a run here,
Okay, I would have nailed him off the top platform.
but it seems like Ragtime's going a little bit too hard to paint.
Ragtime, his name changes every time you say it.
Rage time,
Rage time, Ragtime, Ragnite, whatever.
Ragnite.
Oh, I'd like the decision to go stop the edge guard.
Yeah, that was
Excellent play from the Marth running the Yuan tag there.
I'm still fascinated by this double Marth.
Okay, yeah, actually, this Dark Marth is playing teams so well right now. Knowing when to give up the stage to one teammate, they fully deserve that win. Their play really picked up in the last couple games.
And wait, that wasn't the final game, was it? Was it? Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Well, that's it.
I kind of want to get back in the player mindset, so I might go play. But I'm not sure. Wait, we're playing? We're not, right?
Wait, didn't you already play Sloth and Bones?
Yeah, we beat Sloth and Boats. We won
That
winners.
didn't get
We won
updated,
winners
I
finals
guess.
3-0. I know it was fast. And you might have missed it.
Yeah.
That was just top 3.
Winners finals.
No, this one's best of 5. So Wampus and Nagy won, and they're playing Sloth and Bones next, because Sloth and Bones lost, although it's not marked.
Oh,
I guess I
it's see,
can't blame
because
you
it's
for
not updated. It looks. That's what I was confused.
Hold on a second, I'm
Yeah,
going to call
okay.
a match.
All right.
Sloth and Bones up against these two, right? Yeah. Sloth and Bones, you have a match on stream. After Bones is done. Alright, well I guess we can hang out.
All right. So we're just gonna have a little small amount of downtime. You know, we're just gonna talk about some things,
Are we?
and things are just gonna be spoken about.
Dude, I'll be honest, I don't feel like stalling right now. I'm so good at it, but I don't really want to do it.
That makes sense.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to tweet out the stream once again. Let them know that top 3 of doubles is starting on this channel, on official EGF. Our wonderful sponsors who provided a pot bonus for our cruise event, which will be happening next. Yeah.
Hopefully. I hope so.
Yes, one of the features of this event, as our streamer definitely knew and didn't need pointed out to him, was that We have a $100 pop bonus for Cruz. It was supposed to be to prepare our UD Melee Games team, the new roster, for the future matches.
But you know what? We could just throw together a random crew and still do it. If the other team ends up...
Whoa, do you see what these Mars are doing to this Falco?
I like the fact that they're working on stuff. This is what we want to see.
Yeah. My Twitter's not loading. Come on, UD Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I've got nothing in here. I've got no signal at all. But it's cool.
It's cool. We got
Actually,
Melee.
like not being able to communicate with the
I
outside
actually
world.
don't use my phone at tournaments. You saw it was in my bag. But when it's for the good of the stream, tweeting out the intense
True.
matches that are happening. Whew. What? Sloth wanted to give you a friendly reminder to stay hydrated.
Yeah,
It actually
stay
does so
hydrated.
much for you, and you want to make it accessible for yourself. I think is really the key to staying hydrated. So get a glass of water, get a water bottle. Look at Ben Ams and his brother Ryan Ams. Always have a water bottle on deck so that they can stay hydrated. Easy access means easy hydration.
This is what the people came to see. They came to see hydration.
Good job.
All right.
We'll go wherever we're told to. That's what I do. I thank you, man. Good work. I go places and I talk. We got a Ness? Oh, man after my own heart. You know how I feel about Ness. I think Ness, if you guys don't know on the stream, is a very underrated character. He's at least a mid tier.
Where is Ness rated?
You can see he's like one of the worst characters. But if you look at the character select screen, you can actually see that he is in the middle tier.
Freaking.
And you know some of that matches up with conventional wisdom. Like Mewtwo is considered bottom tier. He is in fact on the bottom. Jigglypuff, not as good as you might expect. Also bottom tier. In fact, all the Pokemon are pretty bad.
Dang.
Yep.
According to the select
Marth,
screen.
also not very good. You think he's second best character? Bottom tier.
Yeah. Isn't Fox and Taco aren't they
They're mid tiers.
mid tier? Yeah.
Yeah, actually all the Mario characters are top tier.
What do you know? What's funny is actually.
Dr. Mario has electricity.
Yeah.
That gives you 1.5 times hit stun. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Fun fact. So here's a little fun teams fact. Actually, I want to tell you about one of the last plays that was during my set. You can go back and watch maybe. So I'll admit, I'm kind of mediocre at Melee in general, but when it comes to teams, I know my stuff. There's a situation where it was me versus Sloth. I saw BMC was coming back. I was on my last stock at high percent. I could die. It would be a 1v1 versus BMC. While I have faith in him, I don't want to subject him to that. So what do? I checkmate him. It's a trap. I do a full hop nair, super laggy. What's he going to do? Up smash, up tilt, up air, grab me? BMC was able to come down off of his punish, get the forward throw, and close out the game. So even though I lost my stock, it guaranteed a victory. So always think about how you can checkmate your opponent in teams. It's possible. After the... Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
Yes, that was a good play from Ness. Actually, if they're a little higher, you can combo the up B into a forward smash. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
It's interesting seeing this because I actually don't think that Nagi's ever played this matchup seriously in his life. Almost.
You can see him learning in real time.
Um,
I actually know for a fact he's played this matchup because I play Ness against him. At least back when he was worse.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's no fun anymore.
Like when you're kind of not as good as I'll say when you haven't reached your full potential as a player, and you're playing against better players, it's kind of hard to count. I won't say the experience doesn't count because it does, but if you're at a point in your career where you can't wave dash at a shield, most people who are significantly better than you are going to beat you with just about any character.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times when you revisit those matchups later, you might see things differently, and it looks like that's what's happening.
I actually also played the blue Ness.
Yeah, best Ness.
Yeah. Some people like the Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee is overrated. I'll say it out loud.
Honestly, I treat all colors equal, but if I did have a favorite color, it would be purple, and this is one of the few costumes that truly have purple in it. Actually, you know the reason? I'm not a Red Fox man. You know that, right? I made the fuchsia ascot. I love purple.
Oh. Well, purple is
And Fuchsia's very close to purple. That's actually the reason I play that
that
color
should be
Fox.
def.
Along with the whatever minor psychological advantages it might provide.
True. It's actually a lot easier to beat Ness with Marth than most people think.
Kirby's hard though. Kirby's kind of hard in a way.
Can be. Mostly because you have to play that matchup dumb.
What the heck? Well, we should be forced
Not
to
necessarily
watch this.
dumb, but like sort of dumbed down and simple. Okay. Are we gonna watch? I thought this was gonna be like a low tier match where he kills Nana intentionally and plays Popo, but I was wrong. He's gonna actually play this seriously.
Is he waiting
Some
for the
people
moment?
actually believe that Ice Climbers are as bad as Roy, and you know, Ice Climbers are probably one of the most misplaced characters of all time. Some people believe that Ice Climbers are the best in the game, and then some people believe that Ice Climbers are like as low as like 6th worst. So there's a wide range to talk about. You know, they're literally a wild card.
I have no comments on Ice Climbers.
Yeah. How do you feel about this very advanced technique known as wobbling?
I'm not talking about Ice Climbers. I don't have anything against them. I mean, I do, but I have stuff against every character. It's just not worth mentioning.
You sound like you know something about this from experience. Maybe against all the sudden Philly Ice Climbers that popped up.
I've played some Ice Climbers before. A lot of them used to play other characters. Suddenly saw a skill jump when they switched to Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
Or at least a results jump. Maybe I shouldn't say a skill jump.
Yeah.
It's only an issue I think at the rather low, insignificant levels, but it's significant for some people. That's what I'll say about Ice Climbers. Is he really trying to freeze glitch this guy?
I think he's trying to do something.
It's a friendly. Why not?
I feel like it's hard to say that Ice Climbers are. I think he's definitely trying to freeze him. But it's hard to say that Ice Climbers are like as good or as bad as people think, or somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, they probably are.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't really.
I look at him a lot like Captain Falcon, right? Like, character could probably lose to any character, but sometimes it's a high variance character. Sometimes they just win. And it's going to be hard to win a tournament with Ices. It's going to be hard to win a tournament with Falcon, as we've seen.
Yeah, but I think that it's doable. Both have come very close at particular points in time. As high as second.
I mean, it's
recently.
been so long not winning a major tournament with either of these characters.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess there's Chu back in the day, but he
Like I
feels
said,
more like an exception rather than the rule to me. I guess he's
recently,
still an Ices.
they've had some top 8 showings. And actually, yeah, both of them have gotten as high as second place at a pretty big tournament, which means it's doable. Like it can be done. Both of them just need more grabs. Right?
Just need work.
I mean, it's kind of true.
It's true, man. Eight more grabs, and either of them could have. Yeah. Are we done talking about the Ice Climbers now?
Yeah, we're done talking about this. Let's talk more about Roy. He's our boy, right? I mean, for those of you who don't know, let's say you've never seen this before in your whole life.
You're such a professional.
Well,
I'm not, at a tournament like this, I have a hard time staying that. Go ahead. Do your thing,
Alright,
Ty.
well, I'll just say that,
Go
like,
ahead,
for those of you who don't know, Roy is sort of like a inverted Marth, where Marth, his power progression goes outward. So the closer you are to the hilt of the sword, the less damage and knockback you have, and then as you proceed further towards the tip, you suddenly start hitting people like, you know, your Mark McGuire when he was on roids, and they just go flying super far. Whereas Roy is the exact opposite of that. The closer you are to the hilt, the better. Because his tippers are actually spaghetti noodles. And then as you go like inward towards the hilt of his sword, he suddenly starts, you know, hitting like, you know, a freight train. So yeah.
That is a pretty good explanation of the basic differences between Marth and Roy. Another rather important one. I'm going to jump in with your train. He falls much faster than Marth does. He is one of the fastest fallers in the game. It's good for some things. The aerials can get out a little quicker, or be canceled a little quicker, I should say. But what's the last time you saw that move? But it makes his recovery really short. He has a hard time going anywhere horizontally.
I also think he's slightly lighter weight.
Yeah, he gets get knocked over from Shine, for example.
Yeah,
Means he's
so
lighter weight.
so the lighter weight combined with being a faster faller is a bit strange. But he's still a sword
Well,
character.
I think that's pretty common. Both Spaceys are the same way. They're rather light, but very fast fall.
True, but
very
I
fast
mean
fall.
a strange only compared to
Marth, right?
Marth.
Because we're used to seeing Marth as the main sword character in this game.
Yeah.
Royd actually probably the last of them.
Wow. And a lot of people don't know, but this matchup actually not the worst for that reason. The one you just saw. If you manage to destroy Puff's shield, or you hit her with the reverse up B,
The reverse up B is so funny.
then suddenly she's dead.
It's reminiscent of Tyler X5's like super launcher.
Yeah.
We're actually going to get into the teams match now. Bones is done his Smash 4 set. We're going to see Fox Falco, one of my favorite teams, versus Double Marth. It's going to be an interesting one. So Fox and Falco can really push their way around the stage as a conglomerate because Fox can, and his range is so large, he can end up on either side. He can either help his partner and simultaneously threaten hitting the person he's protecting against. So he doesn't have a direct wall the way Falco does.
True.
Then Fox, if he's getting messed up, Falco's got those lasers all the way across the stage. And they're actually really good for saving him off stage as well. Falco's really good at team saves. So the Mars are going to have to seize control of both of them at the same time
Exactly.
in order to win.
If
is
you
hard 'cause
believe,
Bones is a hell of a player.
if you believe what Leffen says, Fox is in severe trouble here. Fortunately, this is doubles because a 7-3 matchup in singles, like you really just, it's really difficult. What did that guy say earlier, by the way?
He said he has the commentator cameras. You don't have to put your mic away. You can talk to me, man. I believe in the stream.
Hi.
If-
Oh, okay.
Commentator cameras, if we should need it. Whoa!
Whoa,
Three
okay,
shines off the bat. That's a lot of damage, actually.
And they're not letting them down. Okay, one of them gets down, but they take a stock immediately.
Yeah.
And this is not the way you want things to go if you're Nage and Wampus.
And actually, at the bottom of that combo, Sloth missed a back air that would have led it to yet another shine that would have led into an up air, and that would have been the stock unless he got some slide off DI.
And they're not really spacing around each other well. I mean, the spacing between Marth and Marth has to be probably double what you're used to.
Yeah, but it actually depends on the situation, too, which makes it even harder.
Yeah, and Yoshi's, there's not a lot of room.
Yeah, I think this is you heard me talk about how much I like Dreamland for Double Marth or
Yes.
for Marth and teams. I actually don't like Yoshi's for Marth, unless it's perhaps with Falcon or Fox.
Yeah.
But most other characters, I'm not into it.
Fox is so nimble.
Oh, you know what? Peach is not the worst either. But
Yeah, because she's usually floating around, down smashing people on the platforms.
But I think, suffice to say, I do not think this is as strong a stage in teams as it is in singles for Marth.
Yeah, I think people, yes.
Okay,
And
so that's a case of, I don't know, maybe not trusting your teammate, maybe looking to extend the combo farther. If you have a combo, the Armada rule is keep doing the combo until you can't do it anymore, and then pass.
Yeah.
So Fox was able to get the up air or a back air, and then if you're Bones, according to Armada, you should back off and let him finish it, and then you go do something else. There are exceptions, of course, like if you're being harried by the other opponent, but, in that case, that wasn't happening. Wow, he goes for the
Yeah, he's really
Scar
just
Jump
trying
Shine Bear.
to flex. They really want this run back.
Maybe I should go practice, man.
And
They're looking good. Maybe wait? Me and Blake can beat these guys. They look good. We're beating the crap out of them.
yeah.
I guess we're pretty good too. Come to think of it. Okay, that was an up tilt.
Maybe it's just the game one. This is also a best of 5, right?
That's
Yeah.
That was a good play from Sloth actually, recognizing that he had to counter to continue the edge guard. So he ends up getting the grab. Doesn't get a full punish, but it's still plenty.
Okay. So game 1, 5 stock.
Yeah. Oh, the reason you see people not up smashing when someone's grabbing until they release is you actually have reduced knockback if you're being held.
Yes.
So he wasn't sure if it would kill or not. I think it probably would have anyway.
On Yoshi's, if you charged, it would have probably killed.
It's fine. The only trouble is they should air release. Oh, what I was saying before. So I think Marth, instead of countering, actually should have ran and grabbed Fox and thrown him backwards into the fire and then kept it going.
Right. Not questioning them, but
I like the Battlefield pick. I'm down.
I'm surprised that they didn't have more discussion
Yeah, you're right. That happened last time too.
I feel like they're very pro. Let's just do it, and not talk about it.
Okay, so here's the thing. They both know a little bit about teams because I force people who play with me to know a little bit about teams.
Yeah.
But neither of them are like that into it, right? Like,
think
so
even
I feel like they don't know what the productive things to talk about are. And a lot of the times, if you don't know what the right things to talk about are, you end up setting yourself farther back.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a strategic lack of discussion.
That's a good point.
Although I doubt that. I think
Yeah.
it's just tight.
Probably. They're just.
They're getting beat up. They think it's a foregone conclusion. They're just going through the motions. They think they already lost. Can
Yeah.
the red team pull it together?
No.
Will they show us any spirit?
They might actually. The UD spirit. You never know when the UD spirit's gonna like catch you, but
You
it's sort of.
have to play with a lot of swagger to acquire the UD spirit. It doesn't just come to anyone.
That's a slight example of a miscue, but they do end up, taking 2 stocks. They're not on pace to get the same kind of shellacking they got in the first game, but it definitely feels like things are way out of their control, and they don't really seem sure what to do to get control. They're getting themselves in bad positioning. They're kind of getting bunched up together, getting herded like sheep, and then slaughtered. So they really need to do something about that.
What can they do?
I feel like one of them needs to switch to Fox, so they should probably discuss which one that
Wow.
should be.
That's a
Well, no, I only say that because
yeah.
in this particular situation, it appears like the Spacey strength is too much.
Yeah. So like
Especially
what
with
they're
that.
probably thinking is like, all right, Bones is really good. Sloth is also very strong. In order to compete with them 1v1, we're gonna need our mains.
Maybe so.
But I'm with you. I think if it's actually a character limitation that's holding you back, which very rarely it is, especially at this level.
True.
But if you think that you can free yourself by playing another character, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah, and another thing that isn't helping is that Bones and Sloth are playing really good teams right now. Especially since I think they're just kind of angry about winners. And
What happened in winners?
Oh, well,
Something happened in winners?
yeah, you might know a little bit about that, but yeah, it's
No,
another-
I actually don't know what you. I don't fully recall the set.
Oh,
I don't know if we like
the,
disrespected them or if they just like lost or
Well,
what.
I think
don't know
it's
exactly what you
I think it's just the way they lost, 3-0.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
deficit. Sure.
And okay, so they did a little better this time. It wasn't a 5 stock, but I see the defeat.
It's yeah.
The spirit of defeat.
I mean, we saw it by just the way they were playing.
A wise man once said, "Unplug the controller." I won't ask them to do that here. I still think they have a fighting chance.
2017.
It's 2017. You don't forfeit.
Honestly,
But-
if they're gonna do something, I think they might have talked a little bit. You're gonna have to change your playstyle because obviously, if you keep hitting your head against this wall, it's not gonna work out.
Right.
FD's fine. I don't love it.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of a harder time converting on platforms, so you have to do some more tech chase type things. That was actually
And
a
there's
really
an example
nice
of the
combo, yeah.
teams that I'm talking about. They're playing teams, and this overall composition of characters and players seems a bit too much. In fact, it may get worse on.
Yeah, FD is the team synergy stage. So if
True.
the teams are even, that's when it's a character counter pick. Not that I think Double Marth is particularly strong on this stage, but when it comes to playstyle counters, the first check, like there's sort of like a priority, like an order of operations, a PEMDAS.
Yes.
The first one is team synergy. If you don't have similar team synergy to your opponent, you'll probably lose on FD.
That is true.
Because there's no way to cross up your opponent. You can't jump around the platforms to fix your mistake, to fix your
Yeah.
position. You have to have good positioning, good fundamentals all the time. You have to work with your teammate to get the stage and work it.
I just made that awkward like eye contact with a player, and
Who was it?
where it was Nagy. Right, I
He
can see
always
that
he always looks over to the side and shakes his head a little when he's
Yeah, and
feeling
I
down.
made eye contact with him during that, man, this sucks. And, I felt bad.
Well, I mean, I think he just feels, like I said, he feels hopeless. He feels like it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
We definitely get the double forward smash.
All right,
It's something.
so,
The stock deficit's not.
no,
Unsurmountable.
despite the discouraging reactions, this is, still a doable situation. They actually had a good spot right there. They got to get the most out of it.
They get a little bit of percentage, but that's I think they should go a little bit less for the tactical advantage and work on just how to keep that stage, because
Okay,
that's really how you take
there's a
advantage
crisp
of them.
SD. Can we get another one all of a sudden? Maybe? Mar's still the Gimp Master. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, no, Mars, I think if they're going to use Mars Toolkit to the fullest potential here, it's going to be reliant on edge guarding. And not SD.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he can go out there and get him. Oh, yeah, he's probably shouldn't. Good call.
Oh, bad DI?
he-
Bad DI?
he's
Uh-oh.
down. Okay.
This is doable.
This is Nagy, I believe, right?
Yeah,
He's still
Nagy.
playing?
You just got to outplay Bones once. He got to grab. Oh, my God,
Yeah,
the delay,
you
the
can't-
hesitation.
You cannot. It wasn't hesitation. He did buffered down throw because you cannot chain grab Falco until 7%.
True.
So
Which
he
he's
was
at
very
now.
he's very aware, but he did not win
The
the
single
game
laser.
after.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Nagy dropped
This is
the
what
chain
happens when you
grab.
don't practice chain grabs anymore. Nobody expects to be in this scenario unless they're in grand finals.
I think he's just super nervous.
And Bones is firing like the LAPD. Oh, he gets... Oh! This could be...
He's gonna roll in. Yeah.
Oh, he read the roll in. Oh, good DI. He's going up.
He
Oh, he
He wanted it
overcommitted.
too badly. All you have to do is wait. You jump, and then you're like you keep. It's like a checklist. Is he gonna side B? Is he gonna side B? The whole time you're like, if he does, I forward air.
Yeah.
Then when they drop low, they have to up B.
Exactly.
You down tilt the edge and nair anything higher. I'm gonna go play my match. It was
Yeah.
a pleasure again.
He knows. I think that he's gonna he definitely knows that, right? Nagy definitely knows that. He knows for sure. There's no way he doesn't know. Yeah. So it's heartbreaking because you know, in your heart of hearts,
He knows.
what what should have happened.
He knows.
I know he knows.
He knows.
I feel like he's tight.
What?
It's nothing. He's tight. Alright.
Oh man.
That was about to be like the most hype moment of doubles today. The epic comeback.
Yeah. What? Ben Am.
Ben Am. Why do you keep asking him his name? You don't want to know my name? I thought we were friends. Oh, what the heck? I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Got him.
Yeah. We just introduced each other. Actually, you're missing like an A, but it's cool. I don't need an A in my name. What's an A? What's an A? Just take a guess.
Tijuan.
Why'd you do that to me? All right, so Ty plus Juan. Think about it. You got this. You don't need my help. Are you messing? Wait, were you messing with me? He was messing with me about the spelling. You're messing around, right? Oh. Dang it. Oh, okay. Yeah, true. That's cool, man. It happens. It's like my dating life. I should go commentate Smash 4.
I think they were suggesting that.
Do you want to commentate Smash 4?
What?
Commentating Smash 4?
Yeah, I think he was suggesting that when he came
'Cause I
over
don't-
here.
I don't think there's any commentators for Smash 4 here.
Right. But there's like Smash
like-
4 is a little lacking today. Oh, are they going
Oh.
right into it? Jeez.
You know what?
Christmas.
Who needs hand warmers? You're better off just, going right into it. You know what's interesting is a lot of
Holy
times
crap.
Snacks will use BMC almost the way you see a Chudat use Nana.
Ooh, ooh.
But it didn't work
You're
out
still
there.
getting kicked. What the heck?
And we saw this the first time around. These two played in winners. And
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
Bones with the crisp
Out of
SD.
nowhere. Out of nowhere, he just decided to end it all.
And the thing about it is it always felt like the red team was able to build a lot of momentum on the stage, and then they just lost. It happened twice in a row in winners, and you could see the salt all over the place. It was like a salt mine. It was crazy.
Like, how'd they get there?
And they're definitely bringing a lot more energy into this. They've built momentum. They as we witnessed, they just sort of dumped on Nagy and Wampus. I'm just gonna say it like it did. They dumped on him. It happened.
Poop on him.
And they're bringing that momentum here, but this is a different kind of team's composition.
Yeah, they're really on BMC. Typically, like we were saying before, is that BMC is a really big stock tank. He usually really holds his stocks really well.
Yeah. But you know what? A very experienced team is Snacks and BMC. I'm sure if Snacks has noticed the stock count, so you see him already playing a little bit more passive.
Slaps. Holy
See how he's keeping the position, but he's staying back a little bit.
he chilling.
Basically, they switch roles depending on what happens. They're very adaptable,
You
which
can
is part of
call
what.
him a serial chiller. And back to the match.
And we're done. Anyway, all right. So what happens is, so what I mean by that?
Get up.
Ooh.
They get him change everything.
Yeah. Sometimes it only takes one moment to change the entire fate of like an entire day. And in that case, it was the get up attack. The get up attack just altered the universe. I want some Rick and Morty, you know. Speaking of Rick and Morty, blue team in a little bit of a pickle. You know, they're stuck on the edge. I have great jokes.
Everybody's dead.
And
Johnny's here killing everybody.
yeah, but like I said, Snacks is gonna play a little bit more. Johnny is Snacks, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Ooh.
All right. No, you
I feel like
that's
Blake
it. He
might have
He
overcommitted.
snuck right around her. Said, "No, you can't look at my phone." No, I was out.
Ugh.
I was out with the boys.
Ugh.
Don't worry.
And
Clutches it out though.
all right. So any case, what does the red team do here? Do they make the same mistake and immediately go back to Yoshi's like they did? I don't even know if it's a mistake. Sometimes like things happen.
They were on top.
Well, yeah,
Taking it.
that game actually looked a lot like game 2 of Winners, where they came out hot, guns
Yeah.
blazing, literally
Yeah,
guns
they cool.
blazing.
They
And
come
then
out, and Blake comes out of nowhere. He's like slap.
Yeah,
Slap.
the blue team,
Stop.
they just like they have a huge like bucket of water and they just dump it all over the fire.
It's
and
just a white cat.
Yeah.
It's just a white cat shivering in your living room.
All right,
Like,
so
what are you doing
I
here?
like that they're trying something different. Because you might as well. You know, at this point they've total today they've played them 3 games on Yoshi's and all 3 games have been defeats. They haven't played on Stadium
Was
yet.
that a 3-0 last time they played?
Yeah. Well, they lost twice on Yoshi's and then went to Stadium. But Snacks and BMC secretly amazing on Stadium, so
Right.
nice pickup. Oh, they barely missed a teams combo. Wow, BMC with the
He's
smacks.
quick.
He's fast.
That is a fast.
That is a fast Peach. That is a Fox in a dress. That's a Fox cosplaying Peach. That's not an ordinary Peach. That Peach is moving.
She would definitely.
That Peach is
That
moving.
Fox would definitely win the cosplay contest.
Yeah, definitely. Can't move as fast, you know, as far as running because, you know, Foxes can't run in heels. But other than that,
Yeah.
that's
Everybody
definitely
knows that.
that's definitely a Fox cosplaying. Oh, that quick 63%. Why even spawn at 0? You might as well spawn at 60.
Yeah, you might
What's
as
the
well.
point?
Just put down your controller and then pick it up after the combos.
All right, I don't know if that was intentional, but I'm going to go ahead and say that was intentional. They set that up, the back air and up air.
It was just
I'm just
high
gonna-
level.
Yeah, that's really high level.
Snacks this year hasn't lost a stock yet.
Yeah, well, like I say, I feel like at this point, the two of them sort of fall in.
And-
Okay.
drop.
He tried to get a little bit technical, dropped it, and probably going to pay a little bit.
Yeah, probably just a little, just a tad. Probably could have just drill shot.
It's interesting watching what happens when Snacks and BMC are on even stocks. Because they play a little bit different depending on what's happening. All right, so watch this. You just saw BMC die.
Yeah,
Now you're gonna see Snacks get much more passive now. Seeing that BMC's down a stock, he's gonna now do his best to hold this stock lead. So what's interesting is even though Fox is normally the aggressor, the DPS, I guess you would say, he can play. All right, well they're back to even. But he can definitely play the role of the tank.
Snacks put himself
He got lasered.
He was definitely picked up by his both teammates at the same time on the red team.
Oh.
He's frozen in place, kicked out.
Uh,
My audio just cut out.
yeah. Can you still hear? Can
No, I can't hear
oh.
the game.
Yeah, the game audio just kind of vanished. Um,
Nope.
but you know what? We don't need to hear the game.
What if our
I played
headset-
this game for so long, I can already hear the audio even without hearing it.
I hear it because it's coming from the TV, but
That too. All right, so this is actually we're back. All right, so this is actually the first, not the first time, but it's one of the few times where the red team seems like they're gaining, or at least they're holding the momentum later in the match.
yeah.
They've started off on fire before,
Yeah.
but they really need to make something. The only problem I have here is that they're both at sort of kill percent.
Yeah.
Falco's definitely at kill percent at 77. And Fox is going to be dead any second now. And oh no, this is what I was afraid of. I didn't want to say it, but sometimes you can just commentator curse somebody without commenting. Just thinking it, you curse them. So,
Well, it's a possibility. It's a probability that's gonna happen. You know. Ooh, that was
So,
sick pickup from BMC.
oh,
All options covered. Look at that. Bam.
all right. So, if you're Bones, and
No, I'm not.
well, if you are Bones,
If let's say
uh,
theoretically I'm Bones right now.
so they're like, at this point, they haven't won on like anything, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
So, I guess they just decided they're going to go back to
Yoshi's.
Yoshi's.
They're gonna attempt Yoshi's. Our screen went out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it's working out, but I mean, if you're going to go out, you might as well go out playing where you're comfortable.
For sure.
And I feel like they've been the most comfortable today playing on Yoshi's,
Fox Falco, Yoshi's not bad.
but
Alright, we're back.
and
Whoa. Snacks is down 2 stocks.
yeah, two quick ones, I guess you would say, or Scar would say. I wouldn't say it. You wouldn't say it, but Scar
I
would say
wouldn't
it.
say it. I
So
personally don't talk like that.
it's not my
It's not my
ordinary
go-to
vernacular, but
phrase.
so let's see what would happen.
Wow. Bones ending everyone's lives.
Yeah, the ender.
Wow. Double wall jump. Trying to get real technical for some reason. Not
Oh.
sure how it's gonna pay off.
Well, being technical is how you win matches.
For sure.
All right, so
Looks like that
despite
lead,
the crazy lead, like this stock count is sort of even,
yeah, the lead is slowly decreasing.
and I don't want to curse it, but I feel like this game is in danger of repeating the same pattern we've seen on the stage,
Yeah, BMC's turning it up.
which is
Whenever BMC turns it up, man, your stocks start disappearing. They just
yeah.
don't seem to be moving anywhere.
Wake up, shine. Oh wow, that is the
Oh.
saddest. Oh, and he's
That was almost a really
the
good
snipe.
save. That was almost a really
And
good save. But they
all
both
of a
got it.
sudden we have a situation where the red team might as well start wrapping their controller up. I mean, wait, never mind. Uh, nah, I mean, if they can get rid of, if they can take Snack's stock and,
And BMC's, it'd be kind of even. Ooh, that's rough.
but you know that was worth it. And barring a miracle, this is pretty much the end of grand finals. And
Kick.
he got
Wow.
freaking kicked. Unplug it.
That's a sick.
Unplug it.
Up smash. Up
Unplug
smash
it.
out of nowhere. Yeah, he's always turned
Okay,
up.
you know what?
Okay.
If you're gonna
Whoa!
if you're
And
gonna
then he does
if you're gonna if
another
you're gonna
wall
if you're
drop.
gonna lose, that's exactly
Alright,
how you want to go out.
yeah.
You know, go out on
That's
your
pretty
own
cute.
terms,
That was pretty
doing the
cute.
coolest thing you could think of. But I would, if I'm gonna lose, I want to lose that way. I want to do something super cool, embarrass them, make them feel like a loser.
Like,
You know what I
man,
mean?
did I win that? Did I win that
that's
match?
that's what I would have done. Um, so that's it for teams. Yeah,
That's
that was
teams.
grands, uh, the grand finale of grand finals, right?
On Final Destination.
It would have been great, better if it was on Final Destination, but
Yeah, but it wasn't.
um,
I was trying to think